you remember, during the red light.
I remember very
Okay, now I'm just telling you this, here's what I'm telling you.
Yes.
You're here to question our meeting, you're here to question the way it's set up. This meeting is it's gonna be streamed live all over the United States. It's an open meeting, everybody can watch it. We've set up these rules because of the COVID-19. You can see how far apart we are. You can see how many people we let in. That's the way it's gonna be, so if you wanna ask any other questions.
And I'm not taking issue with any of that.
That's fine.
And as the attorney just said, the reason you did it is you were trying to deter people
Yes.
from showing up.
Yes, we shouldn't even be here ourselves, to be honest with you.
And we're being
The
sending an
governor-
email about Skype would have been.
Yes, and we're gonna do, this will be the last meeting in this chamber until further notice.
Fair point. What I was trying to understand is that now that we are here, what is the reason for not allowing public testimony now that we are here? Because it is limited to the number of people.
Because it was listed that we're not having public comment, we knew that before, everybody's known it before, and we're not having public comment. We're gonna get our business done as fast as we can and get out of here so no lives are in danger, period. That's it.
But our lives in danger by us talking to you.
Because people could be in this room, could be exposed or have been exposed, sir, and I am not gonna relent on that at all. So this discussion, for all intents and
I don't
purposes.
disagree with that, but how is us talking, how is that going to be something that makes you more?
Air doesn't come out of your mouth when you talk.
So when you talk to us.
Me too, yes, I don't know, I'm just saying, it could happen to anybody.
So
if you
nobody
want us-
talks.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Okay.
If you sit there and watch this meeting, you're
Yes.
probably gonna be surprised at the outcome, okay?
I will not.
You'll probably be surprised at the
I
outcome.
will be surprised at the
Yeah,
outcome.
compared to the email crap you sent out, okay? So just sit and watch it, that's all, if you can stay and watch it, but I'm not gonna put up with any interruptions.
And I'm not, and the whole reason we're talking now is so that
That's
we
good.
don't interrupt
That's good.
anything earlier. Because I'm assuming most people would want to express
That's good.
themselves and we're trying to do it where it's at a time where we're not gonna do it.
Yes.
But I still can't get my mind wrapped around it. We're all in this room, we're all here. How is us talking going to be putting anybody
It
more in
is a
danger than by
safety
sitting here?
problem, CDC rules, you'll just listen to my statement when I read it at the beginning of the meeting, that's all I ask.
And I get that, but what I'm
Well,
trying to.
obviously you don't.
No, I'm trying to question a basic question, and I'm not, like I said, the meeting hasn't started yet, so I'm being respectful, and, these guys are here, and they wanna keep order, but you had sent me an email saying that it was for safety purposes because of the mics, and we can't use the same mic.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any way you can clean the mic
No,
in
I'm
between
saying,
each person?
I'm the president of the council. The president of the council can make rules. This is my meeting, our meeting. I have other council members here. We all agreed to do this, and this is the way it's gonna be. So you can argue until you can't talk.
I'm not arguing.
Well, you are.
Asking.
You're pushing it. You know there's people here, so you're standing up here, and you're telling me that we have to have comment when everybody in
I'm
this
not
community.
telling you to.
I want to tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Okay, sorry.
I'm a little testy, and I'll tell you why. This city council, all of us in this room, and one of our council members who's home not feeling well, has put up with over 700 emails, a lot of them out of town, perpetrated by you, and the most vile, disrespectful crap I've ever seen in my 27 years of service, and I will never tolerate it again. If that ever happens again, we'll block them. We'll find them and we'll block them. Because you don't live here, you're not gonna come up here and dictate to me how to run a council meeting. Period. I don't care how long you talk, it's not gonna work.
So you've expressed yourself, and I think you've done it very well. A lot of people are very interested in this. I already
You know
agree
what?
with that.
Let me stop you.
And I can't make people send you an email.
Let me tell you,
They did.
let me tell you
I'm
this.
sorry, I didn't interrupt you. I think you
Well,
let
I'm
me
gonna interrupt
simply.
you for this reason,
All right,
because
fair
you're
enough.
misleading. The local people in this community know me, they know this council, they've sent us good emails. Hardly any of them are here tonight because they chose to stay away, and they're asked to stay away, and they're not raising problems. So let's just leave it at that.
I'm local.
I'm local.
Bellingham is here.
Why can't we get a valid answer about the question, Mr. Eyman? Make it forward.
I've already answered it.
It's not.
No, you sidestepped all around it.
It's not an
You
unreasonable
did not provide a
question.
valid answer, sir.
Okay, I'll let you guys take care. Okay, council, we're gonna go in the other room and let them handle
This is the most chicken shit horse shit I've ever fucking seen.
this.
Do
Now,
not
you don't need
leave,
to be in
do
here.
not leave
Don't
if
leave,
it's
don't
what they
leave,
want.
don't leave.
But thank you very much. I was hoping that it would be more of a back and forth rather than a one-sided thing, but,
I think you've been one-sided enough.
You know exactly.
Take your clown show and leave.
Your turn to our voices.
Not just Bellingham.
Democracy dies in the darkness, and that's what happens next door.
We know. We looked at it ourselves. We went to your documents.
That's very professional for a council member. Only the finest in Bellingham, you know.
This is his meeting in his town. Don't forget it.
Didn't he say that the people who don't have a voice is crap?
Right, this is his meeting.
Appointed people.
He said, I'm the
Voted in.
president, this is my council, our council. Quick change.
anybody forced to be here?
No.
Anybody ordered to be here?
We're
No, we came on a
Bellingham.
roll.
Did you send an email
We're
because I told
Bellingham.
you to?
We sent an email and we have every assurance that it's
I'm
going
a
to be buried.
55-year-old risk bracket male.
Excuse me.
I was told I could not voice my opinion and would not be heard over a matter important to our community.
Can I just
And
address you all?
everybody's heard me. I understand that.
You guys make a point, go ahead, sir.
It's very frustrating.
I know, it's okay. I just want to say, we'd announced, I don't know, a week and a half ago about this upcoming meeting when we were anticipating the COVID response, and we wanted to, and on that basis, we canceled a public hearing on a completely unrelated topic. The required public hearing will be done at a different time. We had proposed stopping the public comment that we always have, that we cherish, which is opportunity for people to speak. We did it again for the purposes of the social distancing. That was the reason for it. And of course, then when the issue relating to the emergency, I'm the mayor, I'm Seth Fleetwood.
Oh, you're,
I'm the
didn't
mayor.
know that, sorry.
That's okay. There was a declaration of emergency that I declared, I don't know when it was, a couple weeks ago, that referenced this, my authority to do so, because of that section 257, the now infamous section, BMC 257. Yeah, and we did that because there were some things that I needed to invoke. There was a homeless shelter, a drop-in center that we wanted to move to a better location that would be safer, where we could create social distancing. So invoked the emergency power, and we did that. In the course of looking at the code, our city attorney realized that there was a provision that required that the council convene within 24 or 48 hours after I exercised the emergency power. And it was proposed that we change that during the COVID crisis to something that was more like until a time that's practical when we can get everyone together. We don't know if everyone's going to be able to easily come down to the council meeting. So we were amending that code provision. In the course of that, we put it in our public packet, our agenda packet, and had the entire code provision, which included that one section with all of the broad authorized powers that are these standard powers. This was written in the 70s. I hadn't even looked at that provision before because it's never invoked. And that's where you all saw reference to the various powers that can be invoked for certain situations, and the reference to firearms and demands and other things of that nature. And then all of this happened, and it went viral. We recognize that you don't like that provision. I can imagine a council at their own discretion.
We don't like it.
Right,
no,
we can
I
have
understand.
just one exchange rather than just somebody always talking to us and allowing us to talk back, is that the emails that no one forced anybody to send said, please remove 5, 7, and 9 from the code. They all were very specific, do that. Instead of them saying, okay, we'll do that, they said, we're not going to exercise those powers that are in 5, 7, and 9. Those are old things. It still begs the question, why not get rid of them? I don't understand why there's such a resistance to getting things that you say you're never going to use, and getting angry at people for asking you to do this because one council member said, don't worry, if we do exercise it, it would take a council vote of 5 people. 5 people to impose something that's unconstitutional. Then the second legislator said, I believe these are constitutional. They're not, but it's frustrating when we're being told that they're constitutional, yet we're never gonna use them, but we won't get rid of them.
Right.
I don't think it's an irrational thing for voters to say, you're here anyway, we're here anyway, why can't we talk? Why can't we have an
it's sort of
amended ordinance that gets rid of 5, 7, and 9? Thank you for listening, please consider that point.
Yeah, what I can say is that, first off, council discretion. What I understand is tonight, we're doing all COVID-related ordinances. I can imagine a scenario where a council member might choose to review this section later, after the crisis is over. Not tonight. There's nothing that's going to be happening tonight that relates to banning guns. And there's never been even the suggestion of it, ever, as it relates to this crisis. I can't imagine a crisis in the future where it would be invoked, and maybe that would be supportive for
Can't
you.
imagine.
Forgive me, but I'm
But
not
that's
gonna
the
take
nature,
Chris's
that's the
word for it.
nature, that's the nature of emergencies. My point is that here's,
It's not constitutional to do what you're saying there. It says banning the possession of firearms is
So
so
you
unconstitutional.
lose the right to protect yourself in a designated by council emergency.
all I'm saying is that,
Sir, you're a mayor, not a king. You
I, I'm not even the person that can amend the code. That's a legislative function of the council. So all I'm saying is that we had hoped tonight to give a presentation from a number of our emergency personnel around COVID. We looked forward to tonight being a really helpful evening where we can talk about the crisis in our community and convey information that would have a reassuring, calming effect and hopefully have relevant information for our community members.
But you're not allowing your community to speak.
Well, we did make a decision, and it was unfortunate to
Very
limit
one-sided
the public
conversation.
hearing process. It was because we made that decision before this even blew up.
But the city attorney said it's up to the council. They could decide tonight to allow public testimony. Isn't that right? They could change the
Like
rules.
it is.
They change them before.
City council is not going to allow public comment tonight.
we got that.
I get that, but here's the thing.
That's apparent.
They're allowed to.
Fair enough.
They're not required to ban our speech. They're just choosing to. Why is that? I don't understand why we would be in more danger by us talking and not just hearing you talk at us, but us talking at you as well. You're about to adopt legislation. Wouldn't you want to hear from the public? I mean, isn't that like a good thing?
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Unless you don't work for the people.
Like verbally, like not just by
We've heard
email.
a lot of written comment. Yeah.
I know you've had written comment, but people have chosen to come here tonight to speak.
It's one thing sending an email and hoping that a council member reads it, as opposed to getting face to face with them and saying your views in front of them and making that apparent. Those send two entirely different messages.
It's a simple question that we're posing. Is this necessary? No. Then why is it there? Why cannot be removed? We would like a valid answer to the question.
Because we're thoughtful. And we will consider that if the council chooses to consider that at a later time. We can amend provisions in the code, but it's not before us tonight. It's not an ordinance that's proposed this evening that relates to that issue. Council is empowered to do that if they choose. But here's my request. And
That's true though. They have the power if they want to.
Right.
To do it.
Yes, they could do it at a later meeting. when
No,
they're-
they can do it tonight though.
Well, theoretically, they are empowered to do it tonight. You're absolutely right. But
Would they be
that's-
more likely to do it if they heard from 17 people that really feel strongly about it?
Oh,
It seems
trust
like
me,
they'd be
we've
more
been
likely.
inundated. We're familiar with your concerns. You expressed them very well.
It's-
Because here's my point. Here's my,
Fair
I want
enough.
to ask this.
Thank you.
We want to have a presentation tonight from a number of officials relating to the COVID crisis. And people are going to go up and present on the crisis. And we just want to know if people will politely listen to that. And it's either, if you're not going to, then we're going to have a side council and decide what to do as it relates to tonight's meeting.
Is it possible for you to recognize the inconsistency that other people can talk to the council and that doesn't put anybody in danger, but when we all want to talk to the council, we're told that that puts somebody in danger because of a dirty microphone?
Good point.
I don't understand why they can give a presentation, but regular citizens cannot.
They already admittedly had one councilman who's at home sick, but they're all in back chambers next to each other. Like, why can't we talk?
Mayor's boardroom, there's social distancing.
I know that's a very blanket term.
Mayor, if you would please give consideration to going to the council members, I know you can't order them to do anything, but can you please talk to them about considering allowing people to speak 1 minute per person, make it 30 seconds, but give us some opportunity to express ourselves, because I think they've shown that they really care about this. Please request that of them, and if they do have the power to do a separate ordinance to remove 5, 7, and 9 from the code, why not do it now? Why do we have to do it later? It just, if you could convey that, I'm sure all of us would be very grateful if you could at least make that effort.
You know, a simple answer would give a lot of ease to a lot of people that are questioning government and losing faith by the minute.
Okay. It's the council's meeting tonight. I will go talk to them and we'll know what we're intending to do this evening.
I appreciate your consideration, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.